Come on, man, where's my stuff? It's here. Hey everybody, the point of this video was to figure out a way to put together another Parajet Maverick. I've got a green one that's been flying here, and I just wanted to put together another Maverick, but you know, I didn't want to pay full price because I'm cheap like that. But looking up individual parts, I thought, I wonder if you could actually assemble one on your own and save a few bucks. So anyway, I did a whole price breakdown, and I got a hold of Aviator and bought every piece I needed for the frame, one piece at a time. And anyway, this is what I found out. If you buy a complete set or whole frame assembly, it'll be $4,350, and that's without the harness. And that comes with, you know, obviously everything, and probably, I don't know if it does or not, it comes with that travel bag. I think that thing's like 700 and something bucks by itself, and I don't even need the one that came with the one when I bought my original Maverick. So anyway, pricing this out piece by piece, come out to be $2,202 rounded, and that's for everything to assemble a full frame. So the savings was $2,148. So anybody looking to save money but willing to put in a little bit of work, that's a heck of a savings for them, not Aviator, but Parajet, to put together the thing for another 2,100 and roughly 50 bucks. So anyway, breaking it down, you got the, now this is just for the blue one. Obviously the green you pay, you know, the premium for changing colors. But for the blue frame, just the frame only was roughly $774. But they come with the arms already on it and all the everything to it. The buttons are already in it, so you don't have to buy extra. The little push button releases, those already come on it. Got those right here. So I bought like 12 extra buttons, and I didn't even need them, but I got them if I do need them in the future. What else you need? You got the frame. They need a it's listed in their website as the right arm, and that's like $105. The left arm, and they got the outer ring components. There's four. They're all the same, so those come out to be $87 a piece, and you need 4 of them. And then let's see what else you got. You need the top right spar, that's $105. Then you got the top left spar, and that's $105. And let's see, if you do one extra button clips, they're like $3.50 for a bag of 4 of them. You got the hang point block, you know, these offsets. And then those come with the bolts already in there, so you don't have to buy an extra. You know, I was thinking, oh, I had to buy a hardware kit or run up to like Ace Hardware and, you know, figure them out, because I could always measure off the existing one I have, but they actually already come in there, so you don't have to buy extra stuff. Then there's the the spacers for your engine. And that's a kit too. I thought they were individuals and I had to go buy the bolts and all that, but all of it comes as a whole set. So you don't have anything extra there. And then Aviator, they also sell, you can buy either the standard 10-liter tank, and this is a 17-liter tank here. And I wanted that, for longer cross countries and stuff like that. I've got the original 10-liter on that one, and that's always been fine. I didn't really need anything bigger than that, but I'll probably order one and put it on there anyway. But originally, I wanted a new frame because I've done enough butt landings and stuff on this one that, the frame's kind of bananaed out at the bottom. And I thought, well, if I order a new frame, maybe I can just swap it out. And then after looking, I was like, well, I can just take the measurements off this and just go ahead and just kind of press that back into shape. And then I went ahead and bought a whole new net assembly. There's people out there that sell replacement nets, and I rigged up this one on there because the original ones are kind of frail. But I thought, well, if I'm already doing it, I may as well just go ahead and have the whole thing put back together as stock as I can get it. And it looks a little nicer that way. Anyway, I'm gonna just go start and stop as I slowly do the assembly on this and put it together. I did notice that the new bars that I got that came on this one weren't drilled out for the buttons, so I don't know if that's something new or if it's something I have to do myself. But I already had put the frame together, and it looked like once you put the net on there and tighten it down, it's I don't think it really needs even to have those buttonholes drilled out. I mean, the buttons themselves hold the tubes in there tight, so it ain't like they're gonna come flying out on you. But anyway, I'll start and stop as I go. So hopefully this will help somebody, because if you buy a new Parajet Maverick, and that's for the Plus model, they're like $82.50, and that's complete, and they just mail it to you, and you take it out of the shipping, black shipping container thing that they send you, and put it together, and you're pretty much ready to go. But if you're wanting to save you a bunch of money, then harnesses, if you buy from Parajet, the harness is like 600 and something, but it's basically just a deck comfort harness is what it is. I went ahead and just bought one of those. Bought that from Jerry at Paragliding Unlimited, PPG. He sells those, and he's a deck dealer, so I can't remember what I even paid for it, but it's a lot cheaper than buying the Parajet one, because all the Parajet one has just got the branding on there, but it's actually a deck harness. I'm trying to think anything else I'm missing. Throttle. Obviously, you need your choice of throttles. The original Parajet one's like holding a 2x4 in your hand when you're flying, so it's anything else is going to be more comfortable. I mean, they're made nice, but they're just so thick and heavy. I'm swapping mine out, for something else on this one. Let's see what else. Obviously, once you buy the Moster motor, they're around $3,000 for a new motor, and then you've got for these, then you use that aluminum spacer plate for the propeller. That's like 19 bucks, and then you got the cooling shroud. That's like, if you buy the Vittorazi one, Vittorazi's is like 160 bucks, but there's a lot of aftermarket ones for like 100 bucks. And then you got your propeller bolt. Obviously, if you got the spacer, you use a little bit longer bolts, but they're about four bucks for a set of those. And then you got to buy the carabiners, and then also a little squeeze bulb. Plini makes a little, the small version squeeze bulb for your fuel, and then you got fuel line, and then obviously you got your E-prop. They're like 320 bucks. The Helix ones are about 400 bucks, and there's other brands too. Go with a wooden prop, that's even cheaper. But anyway, it looks like time you add this all up, you can knock a couple thousand off of the price of a new one if you want to put it together yourself. Plus, if you put it together yourself, you can change out things you want instead of having to order it and wait for it. It did take a while for this to come in, but that's, you know, because it had to come directly from the UK. So I think they just gave it some guy in a rowboat and he brought it over. But anyway, I got it and the box was flawless. You know, there was no damage to it. It was excellent. So you know, the way their packaging is, yeah, you're not going to get something that's all beat up. So it's nice. I mean, obviously they're made super good. That's why I bought a second one. So anyway, I'll start and stop as I go. Okay, I just set this in there and had to wrestle it because I had no idea how to put this thing in there. So anyway, the way to do it, just for a real quick reference here, is I brought this thing in this way, and this is you know, the back of the frame. So went in through this way, fed it up, and then brought it back down, and it fits across the back of the frame here and kind of presses down out across this bar to keep it in place. And then you get your holes lined up if I ain't got too much light blocking. See what's going on there. So you got these two holes here, and then this all ties in together with your engine mount. So, and then you got your fuel outlet here, and then there's a flop tube that's down inside here with your weighted filter at the bottom. And then this is obviously, if you have the electric start, then that fits inside the battery assembly. And then also Parajet, or not Parajet, Aviator, they sell replacement caps too. I think they're like $10. So that's just good to know in case you lose one. Okay, step on to the next step. Oh, before I turn this off, I wanted to also bring up the assembly on these in case I can't see it when I get it together. But on this one here, if you look, I don't know if I can see that in there or not, but you got the spool looking one up on top, and then you got one spacer there. Okay, and then if you look at the bottom, you just have two of the spacers. So the spools go on the top of the motor. So it's just something to note before I dig into this other one. I might be able to see it once we get, obviously should be able to see it once I get it assembled. Alright, got the motor on here. Let's see what we got here. This is a spacers that I was talking about. So if you notice, you got the kind of the shim washer spacer towards the frame, and then you got your spindle, the same here. Let's see, that's on top, and then the bottom just has the two discs. And then also something to note is when you buy these Vittorazi motors, when you buy those, they already come with a rubber motor mounts already mounted to them, so you don't have to buy additional mounts for the thing. So all it does is just take the kit, bolt it right on. There's nothing to it. Tighten it up and you're good to go. So this is the bulk of everything on this. I'm just going to go ahead and mount up these standoffs and see where I'm at from there. Oh, before I forget, this is that spacer plate. So if you're using like the E-prop, then use that spacer plate, and that's just to pull it out away from, so when you get that shroud, you get a little more distance between it. I think if you use the Helix propellers and the wooden ones, then you don't have to have it, but I just leave it on for everything. I've ran about every propeller on her, which isn't saying a good thing. That means I've broken propellers. And then you just run the longer bolts. So anyway, I'll just take a quick look at this squeeze bulb and the way it's mounted on here. So it's just mounted up to the outlet here from the tank. Just run it up and just use some zip ties through a piece of tubing, some standoffs, and then just run it on up into the carburetor inlet. I just put an inline filter on there. You don't really have to have that because there's a stone in the bottom with kind of a filter to it. I do it just because it's more of a finer filter and keeps stuff out of the screens inside the carburetor. But that's just a quick look at that before I put the harness on, because it'll just make it harder to see. Alright, got the harness on now. So you just got the mounting point up here, and then you got your mounting point here. You got these offsets. And let's see, then come down here. And then that's the other thing. These shackles, you have to pick up a couple of those. Those can be bought at like Home Depot or Ace Hardware or someplace like that. And then the rings, I picked them up off of Amazon. Just retaining ring. And nothing real special about mounting this up. And the mounting point back here, still have to mount this to here. Let's see, around to the other side. There. Let's see, get to the squeeze bulb easy. And this one's got just dual pockets on it. Some of them's got the place for your reserve. I've got the bag that zips into this place for putting a reserve on. I might put it there. You typically just always have the reserve hanging in the front just for it's easy to get to, and it's got that Velcro platform to put like a mirror or whatever on it. Bag on this side. And not much to it, pretty easy. Next I'll end up mounting the shroud and the throttle, and I'm pretty close to getting done. Alright, got it done. So went ahead and put on a reserve, got that mounted up, and I got the lines running up and around. Got the net on it, and I put the E-prop on there. I got the shroud under with the safety wire. Okay, it's all ready to go. And then I got the throttle mounted. Got it set up for left hand. And it took about a day to put together. Anyway, it's a good way to save a couple $1,000s. So hopefully this helps somebody. And thanks for watching.